Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Fearless, issue number 1 of 3. This was a surprisingly good book. Oh no, I expected it to be good, but surprisingly good? Nah, did not expect that at all. This was really good. Check this out. These are the characters involved in here. And oh yes, you're seeing that correctly. Millie the frickin' model. I'm talking a golden age character, back when modeling characters were used, when there were just girls comics where they just showed models and romance and modelly romance and stuff, and every single one of the women in the Marvel universe were models as their other profession because they were working women, but they modeled or sewed, anyway, something like that. Back in the day when Patsy Walker, yeah, Hellcat, back when she was a model. That's it, not Hellcat, just a model. God, I'm so glad those days are over, but I was happy to see Millie the model back. Anyway, let's get talking about who made this book. Then we'll talk a little bit about the book itself. So we got Campfire Song, written by Sinan McGuire, who typically writes Spider-Gwen. The artist was Claire Rowe. The color artist was Rachel Rosenberg. Style, I don't know why I'm talking in the past tense. Style High Club. The writer is present, Leah Williams. I think it's Leia Williams. Anyway, artist Nina Vakueva. Butchered that name, and I apologize, Nina. Please don't beat me up. Rachel Rosenberg also colors that issue. And Unusual Suspects, written by Kelly Thompson, artist by Carmen Carnero, and color artist Tamara Bonvillain. I would like to note that these are the three ladies who are also working on the current Captain Marvel comic book. I noticed that immediately, and I was really happy by that. Captain Marvel issue number 8, which just came out last week and sold out, my peeps. They sold out. That's right. They're sellouts, but the good kind. I don't need somebody to tell me that's going to second print. That's going to a freaking second print. The letters for all these stories were done by Janice Chiang. I've never seen Janice Chiang before, so awesome, cool. And Stacy Zucker is the designer. Okay, this is sweet, man. So we got a whole bunch of solid people working on this book. The Campfire Song thing, let me just go back to so I can actually remember the name, because they don't have the names of them in there. They just have them in the front. Campfire Song was okay. That's the one that clearly is going to be continuing. Love it, leave it, whatever. So far, it's just kind of, it's like the forming of the women who are going to be in this group that, leadership camp. It's like a secretive camp, whatever thing. This could be good. It could suck. I don't know. Right now, it's in the sucky phase. But again, only 1/3 of the book is devoted to the story. So yeah, there's only but so much that you're really going to get out of this. I expect the next issue to pick up a lot. There's a reason why that one's continuing. Style High Club. That one is the one written for Millie the Model. Yeah, dude, listen, I've checked out some Millie the Model comics in the past. There was a Marvel Masterworks, not the Masterpiece edition, the Masterworks edition. Read that. It was, fun. It's just the idea of, wow. I've always wanted to own a Millie the Model comic book. I had a chance to get issue number 40, or issue number whatever, some issue, and it was going to be like $65. The guy was going to work with me, a little bit, but not a lot. I'm like, dude, no, actually, that's what he did work with me on. He was trying to sell it for like $100 or $80. He finally came down to 65. That's right. And I'm like, dude, I can't afford that much for like a comic book, and a Millie the Model comic book at that. Be great if it was going to be worth something, but I have this thing about not selling my comic books. I've never sold one of my comics in my life. So I just, no, sorry. That's why I get all my comic books personalized, you know what I'm saying? So no, can't see spending that much money on Millie the Model, but I would love to have at least one Millie the Model actual comic book from the Golden Age. This was a really good story, and I'm going to tell you something straight up. If Leah Williams were to continue writing this story, I would read it. If she were to continue writing a Millie the Model comic book, a regular series, try it out with like a 3-issue series. Try it out with a 6-issue limited series, something like that. Hey, put it on freaking Comixology exclusive and then put it to trade paperback later. I will read it, I will review it, and I think it'll be pretty good, because this issue, this short story, was actually pretty fun. I'm surprised. Unusual Suspects, written by the typical Captain Marvel team, and this is actually a Jessica Drew, not Jessica Drew, although she's technically kind of in it. This is a Jessica Jones comic book. Now, this brings me back to the Jessica Jones online exclusive Comixology story that came out that went to trade paperback, but there were no floppies of it. And I reviewed all 6 of those issues. Mind you, that's 2 separate series, because each regular issue is actually a double issue. Go just look up Comic Book University Jessica Jones Comixology on YouTube and you'll find it. You'll find the reviews. There's 6 of them. I covered all of the issues, both volumes, because they were freaking awesome. They were seriously good comic books, man. And this gave me chills because it felt like that. So this is actually the first time that a Kelly Thompson Jessica Drew story was put into print. I think this is also the first time I've read Kelly Thompson and fell in love with the work. But this whole team is awesome. Tamara Bonvillain, who should also be known as the lady who did the who still does, has done every single issue of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, which 45 also comes out this month, this month. I like this, and there's a character profile, whatever profile in this book about all of the ladies, Carmen Canero, Tamara Bonvillain, and the page right before that, Kelly Thompson. So this is actually good. And you know, my favorite part in here was actually on Carmen Carnero. She says that her favorite moment, her proudest moment in comic books was, you know what, I'm not going to tell you. I'd actually like you to read it, because that was actually a really great X-Men series that I think should have continued. And it was probably the best version of Jean Grey speaking on behalf of the mutants ever. Curious as to what I'm talking about? Buy the comic book. Curiosity over. Anyway, guys, this was a really good comic book. I can't wait to read the other 2 issues and see what else these guys have to offer, because wow, you know what? You know, I try to be more inclusive with my language, and you know, you got guys. It's like, you know, I use it as an asexual kind of thing, just a guys, everybody. No, I don't have to do that in this particular one. Ladies, these ladies, all right, because they are freaking badass, and this was a good comic book. I enjoyed this. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.